Thanks for watching Balls Deep, Rules to Live By. Balls Deep, rule number one, is probably the most important rule of all, hence it's the first one. Don't date a Samoan woman unless you intend to marry her. I'm not saying don't date a Samoan woman. I'm saying don't date her unless you're going to seal the deal. Because if you break it up, it doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. She's got 5 gigantic brothers. You might be able to beat one of them in a race, but eventually you're going to wear down. And a lot of these guys are 250 or 300 pounds, and they run 4, 5, 40-yard dashes. And these motherfuckers are huge and strong. You've watched BYU football games, right? Remember, don't date a Samoan woman unless you're going to marry her.
And here's some examples of some giant Samoans to be worried about. For the record, on the right, that's a 6-foot, 200-pound woman. On the left, that's her 5-year-old brother. There you go. 2 examples.
Rule number 2, never trust Olympic. You know why? Because they're super angry because man has one reason to be on Earth, right? To procreate. There's nothing you can do about it. Whether you like chicks or dudes, it's in your head half the time. Who's the angriest guy in the world? Dick Cheney. Why? He's Olympic. So there's 2 kinds of Olympics. There's Olympics who don't have power, and they're mean, and they'll hit their wife, or they'll be jerks to you at your job, or you'll see them they're the guys who cut you off in traffic or flip you off, the guys who try to start fights at baseball games for no reason. And there's the other kind of Olympics, the kinds who have power. They start wars. So rule number 2, be wary of Olympic. Ladies, if you have a boyfriend and he's Olympic, get it out. Save yourself.
Balls deep on location. Rule number 3, anyone with more than 3 tattoos belongs in jail. Or, there's a corollary, anyone with a neck tattoo belongs in jail. And I've got mounds of evidence. Anyone who's going to do that to their body is not thinking of what they're going to look like past age 40. Here's your evidence. The fucking NBA. Bunch of assholes, tattoos. Most of those guys would be in jail. This has nothing to do with race. A lot of white guys do it. Black guys, Hispanics, every race. Rule number 3. Anyone with more than 3 tattoos belongs in jail. And anyone with a neck tattoo belongs in jail. Balls deep. Right. Balls deep on location. Rule number 4. And this is a big one. Never trust a guy who swears on his children. A few years ago, 6-7 years ago, I met a guy off Craigslist. He's selling me several on the border, it's a Mexican restaurant, gift cards. I called him in to verify, they work. He swears on his children that they're still valid. I get home, I call them in, and they're all invalid. Turns out the guy's in jail. So rule number 4, anyone who swears on their children is A, probably not a good parent, B, someone you shouldn't trust. Balls deep.